VC, vinyl community, friends, what's going on? What's shaking out there? So, Happy New Year. And as you guys all know, the beginning of a new year means a new vinyl tag. And there's been a bunch of them out there already floating around, and I know I'm a little late to the party, but hey, I'm not going to miss the party, right? I'll just show up fashionably late. So, I have my drink. Nope, not beer tonight, guys. I do have a cool little lime in there. I'm drinking water. Can you believe that? Bubbly water. Fizzy. Haven't had a drink this year yet. Stone sober, guys. I know, right? It's different. It's been tough, but my New Year's resolution. So let's get this show on the road. Vinyl tag. I got all the questions written here on some mail because I couldn't find any other paper in my house, and I have tons of bills, so wrote it on some mail. So all right, guys, and gals. So basically, if you guys don't know, if you are completely out of the loop, what the vinyl tag is a list of 20 questions. This is actually the third year that I've done it. I started in 2017. That was actually my very first video. Please don't go back and watch that because it is absolutely awful. But if you're a glutton for punishment and you want to go back and check it out, feel free. But no, it's a list of 20 questions to kind of get to know each other out here in the vinyl community. And it's really just a great way to let people inside of our collection. Gives us a chance to show things that we don't normally show. So it's a long, long list, so I better get started because it's going to take me forever. First question, was your best find of 2018? Okay, so this record I've actually already had in my collection. However, I found an upgrade of this, and it's one of my most favorite records. It's by my favorite artist, and it's Van Morrison, and it's Astral Weeks. Earlier in the year, I purchased an entire collection from somebody. I don't know, roughly maybe like 300 records or so. And I've, like I said, I've already had a copy of Astral Weeks. However, I now have Green Label, first press. So this is huge for me. All right, one of the best records ever made. All right, let's see. Number 2, a shout out to VC channels that need more viewers. We all need more viewers, right? But my biggest thing here is anybody that's less than 100. And a good friend of mine in the vinyl community is not at 100 yet, and I don't get it because he's amazing. He's a really good friend. I talk to him on Facebook. And Sean's Vinyl Corner. Please, if you're watching my video, go out, go sub Sean's Vinyl Corner. Awesome dude. Lives in Indiana. He's really into like 80s, 90s alternative music. So that's how he and I really connected, because we love a lot of the same artists. His favorite band's Local H. He's into like the Lemonheads and Juliana Hatfield. I mean, like, just loves his 90s alt rock, and I'm huge into the 90s alt rock. So if you like that kind of thing, Afghan Wigs, go check out Sean's channel. He's a great guy. Please get him up to 100 subs. Jesus. All right? Please. He deserves it. He's awesome. He's a great guy. All right. The next one, number 3. What holes are you trying to fill in your collection this year? I don't know. There's a couple records that I've been really, really wanting. One in particular is I'm always on the lookout for an original of Closing Time by Tom Waits. I don't have an original. I'm looking for a copy of Have a Little Faith by Joe Cocker. It was a record that Joe Cocker put out around 94. Have a Little Faith is the John Hyatt song. He covers that track on there. I think it's an amazing record, top to bottom, but it was never pressed in the States. It was pressed overseas. I believe it was a UK press. I've never seen it. I have the CD. I used to listen to the CD constantly when it came out. So I'm really, really looking for Joe Cocker's Have a Little Faith. Also, 90s Van Morrison stuff. I don't have any 90s Van Morrison. And the other hole, I have a really big hole in my collection of hip-hop. I have like virtually no hip-hop in my collection. So I'm thinking maybe I should get some of my favorite. Excuse me, this water is very bubbly. But I need Paul's Boutique by Beastie Boys. I want some Tribe Called Quest, you know, Low End Theory, People's Instinctive Travel, whatever, the first one there. I love it. Don't know the name of it, but I love it. The Fugees, De La Soul, you know, 3 Feet High and Rising. So I need my 90s hip-hop. I really don't have anything in my collection, so that's probably my biggest hole. Number 4, a cheap album that's really good. Well, I have a lot of cheap albums in my collection, and I mean, when I first started collecting, I collected because I love the music. So I don't really care about value of records. And one of my favorite records, and I will tell you, I'm hoping this year is going to be the year where I finally come out and I do my 100 favorite records of all time. I want to do that series. I wanted to do it last year. I need to do it this year. I think I'm going to have the time to do it this year with a lot of things that have gone on in my life recently. So some of you may or may not know what I'm talking about. And but anyway, Loggins and Messina, Sitting In. This is a record that you can virtually find in dollar bins all over the place. You can find it at Goodwill. It is one of my favorite records. This will easily be in my top 100 records of all time. I love Loggins and Messina, and this is my favorite record by them. Danny's Song is on there. Now, Danny's Song is very important to me. It means a lot to me because that was the very first song that my mom and dad heard when I was born. So that was the very first song. They mentioned Pisces in that song. I'm a Pisces. Just so much. It's the very first song my parents heard when I was born. I mean, come on. So basically, that means it was the first song I ever heard. I don't remember, but House at Pooh Corner's on there. I mean, House at Pooh Corner is a track that Kenny Loggins wrote when he was in high school. Can you believe that? He wrote Pooh Corner in high school. And it's all about him growing up, getting out there. Christopher Robin. So, let's see. That was number 4. Number 5, favorite side project. My favorite side project record is a band called Middle Brother. And Middle Brother consists of 3 lead singers from like indie rock bands. John McCauley from Deer Tick, Taylor Goldsmith from Dawes, and Matthew Vasquez from Delta Spirit. So the 3 of them came up and made this record in 2011. If you're not familiar with any of those artists, you know, it's indie folk, alt country kind of stuff. Very, very great stuff. It was like a top 3 record for me in 2011, if not my favorite. I love this, if not my favorite record of 2011. They do a fantastic cover of Portland by The Replacements. Just top to bottom, I love every song. But Daydreamin', the very first song, if you haven't heard these guys, check out the song Daydreamin'. That is a track that John McCauley sings, and it is absolutely amazing. Let's see, number 6. A song from an artist or band that is uncharacteristic. I will go with an easy one. It was the first one that came to my mind. I don't know why, but what came to my mind was Grateful Dead's Shakedown Street. Their disco era stuff. So it's funny, but I actually really like this record. You know, you don't have like the long jams. It's not all acoustic. It's not jammy. It's their disco era, and it's fun and it's catchy, but it's completely different for the Dead. So Shakedown Street. Let's see, number 7, the last album I purchased. Well, that is very easy because I just purchased it a few days ago, and I was out with a friend, and I stopped into Newberry Comics, and I picked up Jason Isbell's Live at the Ryman, and it is phenomenal. It was very pricey, let me tell you. I was not excited with the price, but it does come on the green vinyl, so you know green is my color. But it's wonderful. Isbell, hands down, has been my favorite artist of 2018. My most listened to artist of 2018. I can't get enough Isbell. So I needed to finally pick that one up. Came out a few months ago. Let's see here. Number 8. Great album with a bad cover. Well, one of the first ones I could think of, and I had a bunch, you know. Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks, I think, is an awful cover. A Wet Willie record, like this Wet Willie record, it's a freaking awful cover, and it's a phenomenal album. But the one I really, really want to show, because he never gets any love, nobody ever talks about him, is Mr. Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas, singer-songwriter. This cover sucks. But I love this record. It is very summery. It's very poppy singer-songwriter, upbeat and fun, but then he has a couple mellow tracks. But he does a few like kind of like Spanish sounding, like I don't want to say like Ricky Martin, like dance-a-thon stuff, but some of it's kind of Ricky Martin dance-a-thon stuff. The song Tarantula just makes you want to get on your feet, and just dance. And I saw him live in Portland, Maine, and he played that song, and literally every person in the place couldn't stop dancing. It was such a party. It was such a good time. And this is such a phenomenal record with a crappy old cover. So now the next question, let's see, is a bad album with a great cover. I'm going to lose subscribers because of this. People are going to hate me. I'm going to get hate mail. People are not going to be happy about this. And some of you guys might have already figured it out because of that intro. Great cover. I hate this record. Revolver by the Beatles. My least favorite Beatles record. I will tell you I don't like it because I think it has their worst songs on this record. Yellow Submarine, Got to Get You Into My Life. I mean, come on. Really? You walk into any department store, got to get you into my life. Ugh, so bad. I hate it. I hate it, but I love this cover. Artwork is phenomenal. I do like Taxman. I do like Eleanor Rigby. I don't like this record. Sorry. I just don't like it. I like some songs. I don't like the record. So I'm sorry. I know I'm pissing off a lot of my friends out there. But you guys know I don't like that record. A blues album. So, number 10, a blues album. You don't get much bluesier than Howlin' Wolf. All right. Don't really have to go too in depth on Howlin' Wolf. This is an original on chess. So, I mean, the real folk blues, this is real blues right here. So, Howlin' Wolf. 11, an earworm song. I was thinking, and it kind of came down to 2 records. And I almost went with, like, the Weezer Blue record, because, like, so many of those songs are earworm songs. But then I was like, no, I gotta just, bam, Violent Femmes debut record. Blister in the Sun. Do 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 do. I mean, come on, earworm, right? But this whole record is earworm. Kiss Off, Please Do Not Go. Jesus, add it up. So, Gone Daddy Gone. Take your pick. It's an earworm record, more than an earworm song. But I mean, Blister in the Sun. Come on, love it. That also will be my top 100 records of all time. Number 12, a historically important artist. I think I'm taking a cop-out on this one. But as far as musicians go, I don't think many get more important than Bob Dylan. The best singer-songwriter of all time. I'm a singer-songwriter kind of guy. This is my favorite Dylan record, Bringing It All Back Home, has Subterranean Homesick Blues, She Belongs to Me, Maggie's Farm. My personal favorite Bob Dylan song, Love Minus Zero, No Limit. I can't get enough of that song, absolutely love it. And you know what, I know Mr. Tambourine is probably played out for a lot of people, but I think Mr. Tambourine Man has some of the best imagery of any song ever written. So I can't think of the actual lyric that I'm trying to. I should have wrote it down. Was it Silhouette by the Sea with your hand waving free? I can't think of it, but you guys know what I'm going with. But that image, to me, I think is just one of the most powerful, one of the best images in all of music. So let's see, at number 13. The album I own because of my parents. I own a third to half of my collection because of my parents. They've influenced me in so many ways. Music was such a big part of their life and my life. However, the one record that I chose is a self-titled record by Tower of Power. This record is insane. Funk, soul, rhythm and blues, slow grooves. I mean, it starts off with What Is Hip, which is just a classic, funky, horn-driven ripper. I mean, it's just insane. And then it slows down with Clever Girl. This time it's real. It still stays kind of slow, and then it picks it back up. And top to bottom, both sides, not a bad track on this record. One of my most favorite records. This also will be in my top 1. I may as well just say, hey, this is my top 100 list. Let's see here. Let's see. My best dollar bin find. I'm doing my best dollar bin find of 2018. I don't know if this was supposed to be of all time, but I just recently showed this in one of my last videos. It might have been my last video, but I found a copy of the Stooges for $1 at a Goodwill. Walked into a Goodwill. This was sitting in a bin for $1, and how does that even happen? Who gets rid of the Stooges? An Electra? I'm still blown away. $1. Crazy. All right. Number 15. Favorite double album. I was kind of thinking, and a lot of the records I listen to are more recent records. And a lot of the more recent records are double albums, but they're not real double albums. They're like, if you get the CD, it's a single CD. You know what I mean? So I was kind of trying to think of like a real double album. And when I was like, oh, real double, I was like, haha. Exile on Main Street, Rolling Stones, one of the greatest records of all time, one of the greatest rock and roll records of all time. There's really no need to talk about this. We've heard it, we know it, we all love it. I hope we all love it. This copy, I do have the postcards. Yep, I do. All of the postcards. It's a long sheet here. Yeah, alright. You get it. I got the postcards. Let's see. My music, Mr. Parsons. I should probably flip that. You guys don't care if there's music playing, right? In the background. Number 16. An album I learned about from the VC this year. I got a little story here to go with it because, you know, that's what I do. But I'm doing this right now because I was going to record a different video, a VCLT video, and I just don't have the time to do it, so I'm incorporating this. So I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple VC members and some thank yous. But my album that I learned about from the VC this year, I learned about from John Zeitler. John is very active on our Facebook page. He makes videos, but he doesn't make VC videos. His videos are like concert footage videos that he'll post. He goes to a lot of shows in like Austin, Texas, and he gets to see a lot of cool bands and shows there. So he makes a lot of really cool videos and posts them. But John, being in Austin, is pretty hip on the current music scene, and he posted this record, The Nude Party, earlier in the year, and I checked it out and I loved it and absolutely thought it was like the best thing that I heard this year. All right, The Nude Party. It is 60s like garage rock. Sounds a lot like early Stones. It sounds like them, The Remains. If you like that like garage stuff, go check this thing out. It's insane. The last song was called Charlie's Sheep. Is like I believe it's like a really like 60s, not 60s, surf, you know, like Ventures, like the surf rock kind of stuff. But the funny thing is here is that John told me about this record, and I was like, damn, I really got to go get that record. And, you know, after the holiday, after Christmas, I'm going to go out and get this record. And so John, being the nice guy that he is, sends this to me. It comes to my house on Christmas Eve. All right? And all my wife's family showing up. My mother-in-law is coming to the house. She's like, Brian, there's a couple boxes out on your front porch. So I go out there. I was like, no shit. and I open it up, and VCLT from John. Thank you so much. Okay? Well, my other good friend Steve Carlson also knew that I wanted that record. Steve Carlson, you guys all know Steve. He's got one of the best channels in the vinyl community, and I love Steve. Great guy, wicked funny. Was hoping to meet up with Steve earlier this year. He came to Portland and was not able to get the time to do a meetup with myself. I did actually meet John earlier. John, who sent me The Nude Party. I did meet John earlier this year and had a great time with John. We had a great day digging and had a beer and some pizza and whatever. But I opened up the second box from Steve Carlson. Freaking, you guys, I love you guys. Steve and John, thank you so much. It's been spun so many times. I have 2 copies. I am sending one of these out to somebody. I'm going to pass one on. I'm not going to keep them both. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Check out Steve Carlson's channel. Everybody that's on Facebook, you all know John. He is the man. And let me just tell you, this song, Records, if you guys haven't heard this, go check out that song, Records. All right? That has been like my jam. The chorus of that is, I don't need your love, I just need my records. So I've been playing that a lot lately. So I may as well, maybe another day. Oh, whatever. So that was number 16. Number 17, a 10-inch record. I have a small stack of 10-inch records. I don't have a ton. But I never see anybody talk about the White Buffalo in the vinyl community. And this is called the Lost and Found EP. And this actually, I don't know if you can really go out and find it. I got this because I used to work for Bull Moose Music. And it was like a promotional. It doesn't say it's a promo, but I got it as a promo. So I believe this one's actually pretty hard to find. But the White Buffalo is pretty much a singer-songwriter. What's his name? Let's see if it even has his name on here. Jake. I know his name is Jake something. Jake Smith is the White Buffalo. And acoustic singer-songwriter, very like low, gravelly kind of voice. Sounds like Eddie Vedder to me. I love the White Buffalo. But yeah, if you like Eddie Vedder's that like gravelly, low, kind of deep voice, husky, throaty, check out the White Buffalo if you like that, because if you like Eddie Vedder, you're gonna love the White Buffalo. Phenomenal, really good singer-songwriter. I actually prefer the White Buffalo to Pearl Jam. So let's see, a 7-inch. 7. It's kind of dirty, huh? Nobody wants to see my 7-inch. Let's see. All right, I should just edit that out. The 7-inch I'm going to show is Avett Brothers with Randy Travis. This was a Record Store Day release. I don't even know when this came. 2013. And you can see it was from the Crossroads. Avett Brothers and Randy Travis did a Crossroads episode for, is that VH1? Was that 5 years ago now? And on Record Store Day, they put this out. And it's basically the Avett Brothers doing their song February 7 with Randy Travis. And then on the B side, they do Randy Travis 3 Wooden Crosses with the Avetts. And oh my gosh. I'll tell you, I don't play a lot of 7-inch records in my house. I don't play a lot of 40. Excuse me, Jesus. I don't play a lot of 45s in my house, but when I do, this gets played every single time. This is my most played 7-inch. So yeah, I was gonna show. This is a really cool 7-inch too. It's old 97s with Waylon Jennings. The reason why I picked this up is that on the B side, they have the song Fireflies, which was apparently it was an original old 97 song that they never recorded, but it was a demo. And Rat Miller, the lead singer, finally put that track on one of his like solo CDs, and it is one of my favorite songs by Rhett. It's called Fireflies. Check that song out. Beautiful song. Let's see, number 19. We're almost at the half-hour mark. Holy smokes. Sorry about this, guys, but 20 questions is long. I talk a lot. I don't shut up. So number 19, favorite album to fall asleep to. I don't really have a favorite album to fall asleep to. However, I have fallen this. There was a period where I was going through some stuff, and I was really like stressed out, and this is the record that I would put on, and it would make me relax. And I would lay down at night. I would come downstairs and I'd just lay on my couch because I just had things swirling through my head. And this was the record that I would always play to chill me out. And it's The Tallest Man on Earth. And I can't remember the name of the record. There's No Leaving Now. And if you don't know The Tallest Man on Earth, please go just check this out. The song that I really, really love on this record is called Bright Lanterns. Check out Bright Lanterns. It is beautiful. Singer-songwriter. Tallest Man on Earth is pretty much just a singer-songwriter. His name is Christian Mattsson. Forget what. I believe he's from Sweden. It's like a Scandinavia. Sweden. I'm going to say he's from Sweden. I hope he's from Sweden. But he has a really distinct voice. Kind of, I don't know, like early Dylan a little bit, but like it's just a different voice. And I like different voices, and I love his voice, and he's just a phenomenal singer-songwriter. And I never hear anybody really mention him other than myself and Andrew from Tales from the Crate. He's a big fan of him too, and man, he's phenomenal. So if you like a singer-songwriter, check out Tallest Man on Earth. And the last question of the vinyl tag for 2019 is, do you have any advice for people who want to start making videos in the vinyl community? You know what? Just do it. I know that's probably what everybody's saying. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any. I've only seen one and a half vinyl tags so far. I saw Jonathan, the Cheap and Cheerful Record Collectors, and I've seen most of Andrew from Tales from the Crates. But I got pulled away from it, so I'm going to revisit it after I record this and watch the rest of that tonight. But I didn't want to watch too many yet. I know a bunch of my friends out there have made them, but I didn't want to see everybody's answers until I made mine. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to start watching everybody's to see like what you guys said. Hopefully we don't have the same stuff, but I have a feeling that Rolling Stones Exile might pop out a lot. But if you want to make a video, man. It's kind of nerve-wracking at first, and you know what? That's why I always drink, because it always just like chills me out. So like that's why I always had a beer in all my videos, and you know, because it made me feel at ease. But you know, just do it. It's what's gonna happen? Nobody's gonna watch. Who cares, right? Do what you love. You only have one life. Have fun with it. All right, that's what I'm learning. You got to have fun with your life. So, cheers out there, VC. Rock on. Cheers. Spin the records. Happy New Year. Cheers.